Hey guys, it's Naila here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy that you're here today to watch this video because it obviously shows that you're understanding that there isn't just a global pandemic of coronavirus unfortunately playing out right now, but there's also a global pandemic of fear, of worry, of confusion that has been instilled in the hearts and minds of the everyday person by the information that we're being fed directly. Okay, so before we start this video, after I say this, I would love it if we could just pause the video and take a moment to send a loving prayer out to the people that have passed away from this horrible virus, from the people that are currently undergoing recovery and trying to fight off this virus, and also the families affected of those who are affected as well by this virus, because it is very sad, it is playing out, and I just really want to take a moment to acknowledge and send a prayer out for them. So if we can pause the video now and do that, that would be amazing. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me back. So the reason why I wanted to do this video today is because obviously there, as you've noticed, is a massive energetic emotional frequency of fear, of pain, of confusion, of pointing the finger, of getting mad and turning our backs on each other, and of just hiding away and not knowing what to say and opening up our phones and scrolling on social media and seeing all this COVID-19 left, right and center, right? And it's freaking us out. And so what this video is going to be about is two parts. One part is your mental and emotional well-being and your physical immunity, okay? Because my intent is that you have control, you have power, that you understand that you are in control of your reality. If this video triggers you, I want you to really question yourself, and I really want you to have some introspect, okay? Maybe because you more readily give into fear and information that's fed to you, and the panic and the confusion, rather than actually taking a step back to look at the amazing, magnificent human you are and the power and control that you actually have over yourself, over your life, over your emotions and your mind. Because the only person that is creating your reality is you. The thoughts that you allow into your mind, which you then validate with your emotions, then creates your reality every single day. You hold all the power right now. You hold all the information that you choose to pay attention to. And if you've really genuinely been freaked out by everything else around you, let that be an amazing lesson showing you that maybe you are more controlled by external events, external people, external validation, whatever it is, to tell you how you should feel every day rather than what you choose to feel in yourself, okay? Because that is always my objective, to empower you to live your best life, your most purposeful life, one that lights you up, one where you have full control. I want to start off by talking about an emotional pendulum, okay? Now, imagine a pendulum, okay? A pendulum that's like, swinging back and forth, okay? But imagine it's an emotional one, okay? Emotional pendulums are in lots of different circumstances of life. Let's just say, for example, family feuds, okay? You've got families that get heated, that get pissed off. You've got some parties on one side, other parties on other side. It's like a pendulum that's swinging back and forth. He said, she said, that got me pissed off. I'm not okay with that, blah, blah, blah. It's like this pendulum swinging back and forth, okay? Let's take it into world wars, okay, or trade wars. You've got some parties on one side, maybe the country and its citizens, and the other party of the other country and other citizens on the other side, and it's just, again, like swinging back and forth, this emotional pendulum. And then you've got what is playing out right now in the world, okay? People are turning on each other, people are getting angry, people are reacting. People aren't responding, people are reacting to what the media is telling them, to the information we're being fed, are not responding with compassion, with love. Let's look back at the Australian bushfires, okay? Look how everyone reacted. Again, look, I'm not gonna lie, it was an emotional pendulum as well. People were sad, people were angry, people were reacting to different articles in their news feed, and people were turning against each other, but it was still an emotional pendulum. Yet people were reacting at least in compassion, being generous. Millions and millions of dollars in donations were being raised for the wildlife of Australia, for the homeless communities, for so many people that were impacted by the Australian bushfires, right? Look how people are reacting now. Literally the complete opposite, in selfishness, in greed, in absolute me mentality, right? This is an emotional pendulum. The world is just swinging back and forth. The first thing I'm going to tell you right now is to please stay off the pendulum, okay? If you're aware, if you know what I'm talking about right now, please be aware of how this can enter your mind and your heart through fear, through stress. What I want to mention right now as well is that fear and stress are the breeding grounds for illness. Fear and stress literally weaken your immunity, and I'm going to touch on this later when we talk about physical immunity and how we can really amplify ourselves in our greatest physical health to ensure that we are not contracting this illness in any way, okay? So emotional pendulums, guys, be aware. Look at the world. Look at how everyone is reacting. Look at how you feel. Become a lot more watchful over your thoughts and your emotions when you're opening up your news feed, when you're seeing everything, and how you're allowing all of this to impact you, and how you are allowing all this information to enter literally your being, and it's stressing you out every day now. Now you're freaking out. So rather than giving our power away, rather than feeling so like there's nothing we can do except just like, you know, eventually go into lockdown and this is going to happen, that is going to happen, know that no media outlet, no one can have control over your inner world, over what you're feeling every single day. Now, one of the things I would recommend is to try to refrain from looking on your phone so much. They say that when you look for a yellow car, you find a yellow car, right? Wherever you go. So right now, because you're thinking about the coronavirus, naturally, your mind is constantly going to be racing, looking for more updates. Yes, be aware. I'm not saying don't be aware, but if it's seriously impacting your mental health and causing you an irrational state of fear, you've got that feeling in your throat, you've got that feeling in your stomach, like what the hell is happening in the world? I'm so scared. To actually exercise some serious discipline and put your phone away. If you do want to look at your phone, start to become more watchful over your thoughts, start to become more aware of your emotions and how it's making you feel. And this is a really great time to start meditating, start incorporating some more mindfulness practices if you haven't already. If you haven't already done this, to really start looking into yourself and seeing what's in front of you right now in your world, what's really going on. Because a lot of what's happening is that people are creating what if scenarios and living in the unknown and fearing the unknown of what could happen and then reacting accordingly and allowing that to control how they're feeling every single day. Rather, to come back into the present moment, to exercise some self-awareness. Your internal world is the number one thing that determines your experience of your life every single day. Now I want to move on to our physical well-being, okay? Through all of this, because it is so important, not just how we're operating on the inside, but obviously how we are on the outside, and to prevent this disease from being so contagious. Stress and fear does nothing for your immunity. In fact, it takes it backward. It prevents your immune system from operating at its greatness. Again, this is the time for you to become so aware and maybe start incorporating, get back to your prayers, get back to your meditation, get back to whatever it is that calms you down and allows you to come to that place of oneness, that place of being whole, of connected to something divine, and to really stay in your peace and to understand that the only way for you to tackle what's going on is to be in a state of calm, is to come from a rational place. So I want to talk about foods, what to avoid and what to be taking more of, because there are certain things that viruses thrive off and viruses hate. In case there is anything that you've contracted, maybe you haven't got coronavirus, maybe you've just got a cold right now, whatever it is, you really want to be avoiding that. So the number one thing that viruses love to feed off is eggs. Okay, eggs dairy products. So all, you know, cheeses, milks, yogurts, dairy products, viruses really do unfortunately love to feed off those. So I'm not saying to fully remove all dairy and egg products, but it would be really helpful. So even slowly weaning off these products, or cutting one out, not cutting the other one out, whatever you can do, because it's just genuine science that viruses love to feed off that. Also fat, so products that are high in fat, I would say honestly products like pork, and as I mentioned, eggs and dairy do have majority of our fats. Cutting them out, you know, pork cutting out ASAP, and eggs and dairy cutting that out as well as much as you can, because fat actually lowers the oxygen in your blood, and we really need oxygen to help reduce the viral proliferation in our body. So if you are going to be having fatty foods, prioritizing things more like coconut, avocados, nuts and seeds. But overall, the truth is that fat does lower the oxygen in our blood, and we need that oxygen. That's really vital. Okay, now what is it that actually helps fight a virus? So cucumber juice actually has a really cooling effect on your liver and organs and everything inside. So if you are currently experiencing any fevers, which is one of the top symptoms of the coronavirus, then to start taking some cucumber juice, because that's really going to cool your body down. Upping up your intake of the supplement zinc is really your #1 go-to to increase the strength of your immune system. Anything high in vitamin C, of course, we know as a standard, is really essential for a strong immune system. I'm talking citrus fruits like lemon, oranges, berries. Berries are very high in antioxidants and help fight free radicals. Raw garlic as well is absolutely incredible. I'm literally talking having 1 to 2 raw garlic cloves a day is so good for your immune system and really helps fight off viruses. I'm not just saying this for the coronavirus, I'm saying for in general, when you do get sick, swallowing raw cloves of garlic, though it's hard, is so good for you. Actually an antiviral, and it has a phytochemical called allicin, and this is a sulfur compound that helps fight off disease. Ginger takes your body out of a state of reaction. So in case you've actually gotten the disease, or if you've got any other illness, as I mentioned, it helps take your body out of that reactionary state and calm it down. So ginger is really great, chopping that up, putting it inside your tea. Thyme is also incredible, the herb, as it reduces the viral load. So perhaps making a tea of ginger or just thyme, chopping up some thyme and putting it in your tea, or both, combining them together, is going to give you a really incredible boost of your immune system. Now overall guys, everything I've mentioned about becoming more mindful over your thoughts, over your emotions, and implementing some better practices to cut out the fear, cut out the stress, looking after not just your emotional and mental well-being, but also your physical well-being, as well as spending more time with your family as you're at home, realizing who really is important in your world, in your life, and having more compassion for those around you, learning to be less selfish and more caring, more sharing, and maybe getting out of the rat race for a period of time, okay? Maybe leaving work because maybe your city needs to go into lockdown, spending more time at home with your family, amongst your neighbors. Do you realize how amazing, how beautiful and how powerful that is? As much as it may seem like it's an oxymoron that, you know, we've gotten something beautiful out of coronavirus, there is always something more amazing, something to grow from any calamity, whether that's a personal calamity that you have in your life that you need to grow from, or whether that's what's happening as a whole, what's happening as a collective. This world needs to change, this world needs to grow. The world is sick right now, and we need to become a lot more conscious and aware of our internal individual habits and ways of being. Becoming more clean, washing our hands, taking more showers, you know, just being clean, cleansing ourselves, not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. And understanding that your one decision of how you choose to respond today is going to have a massive impact on the rest of the world. So if you can, guys, please share this video. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, who needs to slow down and have some introspect. Because how we react individually can impact how we operate as a whole, as a collective, as a world, to become more aware, more conscious, less doing, more being, more aware of our habits, of our thoughts, of our emotions. of our behaviors and actions, and understanding that everything in life has an energetic frequency. The stress and the fear that you're currently carrying, it's not going to benefit you. It's not going to add to the situation in a positive way. It's actually going to take you backwards. It's actually going to add to the energy of what's going on right now, and you don't need to be like that. We need to come to a state of healing, of becoming more whole, of understanding the bigger picture of how we can be better as a collective, be better as a human race, and it all starts with you as an individual. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this video today. I trust that you found it beneficial, and if you did, please do give it a like and subscribe to my channel, as coming out with soulful content like this is what I absolutely love to do. And as I mentioned before, please share this with someone who can really value and benefit from it, someone who needs to hear it, because we need to focus on love, not fear. We always have a choice, guys. We always have a choice of whether we want to respond in fear, of angst, of feeling the pressure of something, or love, flow, generosity, giving, and sharing with everyone around us. Okay, so share the love. Let me know your comments below. Let me know how this video made you feel, how it contributed to your day today. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Here is my Instagram. So make sure you give me a follow, because I also post a lot of amazing content on there and I love to connect with you guys. Slide into my DMs, let me know what you thought of this video, connect with me. If there's anything that's bothering you right now, I'll personally send you a voice message, and I would absolutely love to be of service to you, to help you become the most powerful, authentic, aligned version of yourself, to serve the world and be of true impact. Have an amazing day, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.